Okay, so I just want to get into cloning. These past couple of years, we've been hearing about cloning, sometimes referring to actors, rappers, and just good old science, just in the media, cloning shit, giraffes, lambs, humans, um, even how you could do that thing where, you have your kid, when you're having a baby, you could choose like, oh, it had these eyes or whatever different traits. Like they have some type of things like that going on. So cloning really is a broad spectrum. Okay, so where do we start? Let's go back from the beginning. We could go back to the Anunnaki Garden of the Eden, the creation of man, and the fallen angels sleeping with the daughters of men, creating abominations. So really, a clone is, to me, anything that is a copy of the original or an alternate of the original. So me being a black man and understanding, okay, there's a white man. So to me, white people are actually clones of black people. Genetic mutations, mutants, X-Men. You're mutants. Okay, so we have clones in that sense. Okay. Now we can. What do they mean when they clone these rappers? Oh, Gucci Mane just got out. They cloned him. Kodak Black got out. They cloned him. So some people be like, oh, they literally cloned him. This is another person. But really, it's more of a mental thing of, okay, this person went to jail and he came out a different person. Gucci went in a thug trap lord. He came out kind of nerdy with some glasses on. Okay. Kodak went in, uh, trap god. He came out playing anime and shit. Just an example. Okay. Anybody. It could be me. It could be any brother. You doing good or something, or you doing you. Then boom, they hit your ass with something. Maybe something tragic. Maybe it don't gotta be necessarily tragic. It don't have to be necessarily a tragedy. But anything that alters you enough to change your mentality. Maybe make you more docile. Let's go back to the slave days. How do you make a slave? So really, a slave was a clone because the original black man in his true nature will fight back. If I walked outside in my nature as a maroon black man, in my nature, native, maybe I wouldn't tolerate a lot of the stuff I see. Maybe I wouldn't tolerate seeing just a black woman walking down the street poor or something. Maybe I wouldn't tolerate all this, just different things that we see as normal because we're programmed and conditioned to, but in our true nature, we wouldn't allow these things. So how do you make a slave? You clone him. You erase his memory of who he was, so that now he is conditioned to be a certain way. He's more tempered. He's more controlled. He's more, you feel me, more docile. So that's another way to think of cloning. Also, shoot, let's talk about the woman. And they clone Tyrone. There's a scene where the black woman, towards the end, they put um, some relaxer in her hair. My bad if it's a spoiler. They try to put relaxer in her hair. She had a very curly, curly fro. They put relaxer in her hair. And the point of the relaxer was to put her to sleep. So to me, that was an illusion of, okay, you got these black women in their nature. Maybe breads, locks, Fulani braids, afro, whichever style, even short hair. But after being in this Babylonian American society, now these black women are conditioned to perm their hair, put on a wig or a weave, and emulate the straight hair, which puts them in a state of, in a sense, psychosis, because now you are not your normal self, original Eve, black woman queen. Once you put on that new identity, that wig, that weave, that's now you are a clone. You just got cloned. Because no, your black woman in her original mind, in her original nature, would not dare put no wig, no straight, no way they would even comb. They wouldn't even put a combing iron in their hair. Okay, trying to emulate. You trying to emulate? How you trying to emulate a mutated version of you with recessive traits? That don't make sense. It doesn't make sense unless you are already cloned into this matrix fuck society. Now it's normal. Oh, I see a purple wig, I see a blonde weave, and this and that, looking like the Powerpuff Girls. But 400 years ago, 200 years ago, or just being in your nature, it don't make any sense. But now that you're cloned, you're conditioned, cloned, like same as the man. We talk about slavery. How can we make the man and the woman more controllable? Why clone somebody anyways? To make them more, to me, the result would be either make them more controllable, make them perform this function that you want them to do, which they may be resisting in their original nature. Okay. So it's not just the men, these women, we have a lot of the transsexual community, LBGTQs. So really, it's a lot of cloning going on. As soon as you alter something on your body or even your hair, you just cloned yourself. Okay. Shit. So that's just cloning. Cloning could be referring to rapping, women, actors. So really, it could be, now they got these masks. They got these realistic masks. Throughout the riots and COVID, you had all these people that maybe would, dress up as black people and do something. Okay, that's a clone. So really, a clone could be, it could either mean really making a full clone from somebody's DNA, or it could be altering this person to make a desired result for a specific function. Okay, so if I go to jail and then I come back, with a yarmulke selling bean pies, hey, that's kind of a sense of cloning. I came back different. Okay, so it's just people are gonna, when we talk about cloning, they're either talking genetics, a real copy, or just a mental cloning. Okay, or something simple as putting that wig on your hair. Now you're more controllable. You ain't nothing but a clone, anyways. Black woman, when you put that weave and wig on, you trying to emulate that white woman. You literally trying to clone them. However, which way, however it works. Okay? Cloning. Even, hey, let's talk about weed, the weed industry. All these hybrids, dragon, I just seen all kind of weed. Dragon cookie OG. Okay. They cloning weeds, making hybrids, which is not maybe affecting our nature. All these hybrids, just like the food. They cloning food. So really, cloning goes deep because you are what you eat, you are what you smoke, you are what you drink. So if I'm ingesting cloned foods and fake foods, then that is cloning me. That is making, I'm becoming what I'm becoming more of that plastic food, that estrogen filled food. So you could clone people in a sense through the foods, through the weed, through the drugs and alcohol. A lot of these watermelons, you might find watermelons no seeds, grapes no seeds. Bananas don't even look like how we probably don't know what half of these fruits look like in their real nature. Cloned. You are what you eat. So, I just wanted to, tap into this cloning thing just to give you guys a little, See, I just said this in 10 minutes. A lot of these people be doing 2-hour videos, ain't said nothing. You done talked on here for 2 hours, even 1 hour, and ain't said nothing. I said more in 10 minutes than these brothers could tell you in 2 hours. Cause I ain't here with all that. I ain't gonna say name, but brothers are we in the brothers be on here talking like, well, we in a third galaxy dimension, opening portals, Lionsgate portal, third star. The fuck y'all be talking about? And y'all be hyping them up. If a brother ain't telling you something real, you can look up, fifth dimension portals, we gaining superpowers 2021. Let's cut all this magic witchcraft y'all got going on out. And let's get back to the pen and paper, okay? Let's get back to the blackboard. Good old chalk on the board, okay? Fuck all the dimension portals. Okay? So that's cloning. Okay? Every time you had it on code, if a cop pulls you over and you switch your voice, you just cloned yourself. If a cop pull you over, you, hey, I'm from Jamaica, or hey, how you doing? Nigga, you just cloned yourself, bitch. What kind of code is that where you switch your voice? You a mark. If you gotta switch your voice because a cop pulled up. Or anybody. Even if you go to the store. Oh hey. No, you a coon. That's not code switching, nigga. You just a coon switching. So that's what cloning is. What we do every day. Put on them wigs, weaves, change our voices to be more accepted. That's cloning. They cloned Tyrone and they killed Jesus. Prevent the rise of a black messiah. That's cloning. Now, I'm gonna let y'all listen to these hour-long videos of niggas talking that bullshit.